since '84. Once all Melanites behind cage doors, in front the idiot box, drinking cores, watching sports. At the picnic, first in line for porks. Can't find your mind, some say that it's lost. Moral science says divine souls got tossed, abandoned. Love is my ammo, peace is the cannon. Truth is the Ayahuasca talking through the shaman. Freedom is the freedom, justice I must get. Tears fall like those shot with the pilgrim's muskets. The ruckus I bring, but this ain't Wu-Tang. Hold you accountable, Shimitar takes it two hands. Sent up the frankincense from Sudan. Big up to my elder and the god Moses holding up Mubad. Rainbow flag rapping Fruity Loop toucans. Same company got cola in two cans. Different labels, you're navigating L is your navel. Make sure I cruise, watch the goddess not cable. My property, now the rights of the archives paper. Ex-knights now sheiks of the round table. Ancients return to reclaim and learn how to not to succumb to the combustion burn. Astral projecting, as above so below. So you know off the cosmos we're reflecting. Yo bro, laws of nature, make the sun hate you. Hybrid cockazoid, I'm all pro but not rapanoid. My deep mob, make devil's horns kebab. Don't get my Islam twisted with jihad. Don't get the Muslim mixed up with Muslims. Don't mistake the Mufti force for hoodlums. We giving back Islam and his story. Taking my story, creating a myth-story. That's what's hidden. It's now called Satanism. Men thinking they're wise, but they lack wisdom. Need I say more? In my proper person, I got judges tearing up the bonds and cursing. I self-law a master. No guns, let God be whirlwind blast ya. No need for times, we got the fairs. Rituals make them roll down the steps like the Aztec heads. I self-law a master. No guns, let God be whirlwind blast ya. No need for times, we got the fairs. Rituals make them roll down steps like Aztec heads. Most say they ready for consciousness, I doubt it. Application is the path, but some reroute it. The most I can say is, we'll see about it. Mother Nature sets fires and they can't out it. They take oaths, I know the truth, but they can't shout it. I plant the seed in your mind at the highest sprouting. Just like Jack's beans, roll a saga sensi scene. Empty ashtray hanging from the loose kente. Bobo beating on the djembe, calling Orishas. Or hailing Goddess Menen or the Negus Negus. Red, black, green candles, golden flame. Make you think so much and end up with a swollen brain. Cause even she can see that he's in create her. The point creatress is the only creator. I self-law a master. My son now run, my birthright's a sovereign. God macabre, around me revolving. X-Alpha or David Starr, I'm shooting at your squadron. Illuminate my higher self, see from afar. I'm so against jail, I can't rhyme in bars. I self-law a master. No guns, let God be whirlwind blast ya. No need for times, we got the fairs. Rituals make them roll down the steps like the Aztec heads. I self-law a master. No guns, let God be whirlwind blast ya. No need for times, we got the fairs. Rituals make them roll down steps like Aztec heads. 5 on the left, 2 on the right. Artist Union. Conscious. Artist Union. I self-law a master. Whirlwind blast ya. We got the feds. Aztec heads.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gates Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, they ahead of my born day. Independence and law may civil of a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. Or keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I rob bass, mix it with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets told me upright, brought me to a lost gate, cooking like I'm Salt Bay, repping like I'm Denzel, Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. Had no but I lay in plain sight, but people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death.
Common sense was made before book sense. Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick.
Legendary, bury me in the North Gates Cemetery, February the 4th days. Son of Mary, they ahead of my born day. Independence and law may civil of a lost case. With case laws, we break them down like Jericho. Keeping all my lions tamed, I'm Chris Jericho. Or keep a mask on deck, I'm Rey Mysterio. Fake pandemics announced over the radio. Annoyed with the game, the joys and the pains. I'm Rob Bass, mixing with rock the hard way. I was in a lost state. Prophets stood me up right, brought me to a lost gate. Cooking like I'm Salt Bay, repping like I'm Denzel, Malcolm X, Deja Vu, Roman J. Israel. Had no but I lay in plain sight, but people still can't see it, so the snake's still showing up. Stakes still high, so the race still going up. Warriors of the North Gate, we not slowing up. Born in the manger, sworn to be savior. Walk through the valley of the shadows of the death tip is slavery. Looking for life, the book of Genesis. Astroplane entrances, invoke the nemesis. Abstract images of past lives kicking in. Danger, running for your life. Finish him.
Morris Omar, key man or oracle, using Trinity powers, decipher allegorical, lost in metaphorical, holy books are metaphysic, fact slap a dirty more or a Drew Ali critic, calling him Thomas or Walter and get your face caved, or cut like a close shave, drowned in my brainwaves, squashed by heat waves, activating Kundalini, Abyssinia invaded by Mussolini, Selassie I in exile, reptile in Genesis, niggas appearing real, all I see is false evidence, DA are feminists, stomped on by elephants, won't let go prejudice but want Moorish benefits when you feel the cold magnetic resonance. Apis horns of the sacred book called Maleficent. Great cosmic mothers, return to blessedness, no pestilence. Ace all the testaments, tap into remembrance, never to forget again. Use energy right, not put spell effects on men. Wandering the earth plane with more they live shades. Keeps you a mental slave as the horizon fades. It's been decades since Christian crusades. Not enough rebellions, too many vigil bouquets. Holding on to the fence, burning on doomsday. War ruled by Mars, it might be on a Tuesday.
Canaanland Moors presents Common Sense Quick. What we do here is we add some common sense thinking to everyday situations or comments that may arise. Want to give it a try?
Islam Moors, honors to all mothers. Now we know something's going on. Something must be going on. I don't know what's going on, but something's going on. Something's going on.
Would you explain why it is relevant at this stage in 1990, with all that we've gone through, why it is still relevant to try and to educate or to get white people to understand the plight of black people? Shouldn't the energy be directed to us?
Right on. In fact, we kissed when I came up here. And this is not queer. Father Flake has been a friend to me for nearly 40 years. You think in terms of being accepted in their house, you will never be the man that God wants you to be. You always have to compromise something to be accepted by them because they must have the superior position. Abraham Lincoln was not wrong when he said, as long as the two of us are together, there will always be an inferior and a superior. And I, as much as any other white man, desire the superior position to be assigned to the white race.
Now, if kissing another grown man on the lips isn't queer, isn't gay, isn't homosexual, well, they might be happy, so it might be gay. But if that's not homosexual, then no wonder basketball players slap each other on the ass for a good play. No wonder the youth man right now showing his ass, and then these youths don't even wear, like, at least back in the day we wore shorts, still today, shorts, maybe 2 shorts with the underwear or the boxers. Not just wearing that only. Not just wearing boxers only under your pants. You don't do that. So he literally has his ass outside. But yeah, no, that's not part of the program. That's not part of the program. That's just, them following some rapper guys. Rapper guys are kissing. What are you talking about? Rapper guys have purses. What do they have purses for? Because they're promoting something beneficial to humanity? A man with a purse? How's that helping somebody? So, I know for a fact that I don't care how long I known him. Me and no man's kissing because we knew each other for 40 years. Well, I knew him 40 years, so I kiss him on the mouth. Again, people getting their feelings and stuff like that, and certain people already been to court and they have certain rights and stuff, so I'm not even concerned about them. But when their stuff starts to encroach, when their stuff starts to colonize our stuff, we're sort of looking at you funny, because there's no way that you're kissing another man on the mouth, but you're for the salvation of our people and all that. No way. No way. Do what you want to do, but that's not the people that you want leading you. These are not the people you want leading you. Right? Especially since they want to play games like that. Then since they want to play games like that. Because all these people know, just so you know, that they actually have an agenda. Right? They have an agenda. Don't debate mores. Don't debate mores. Just like we're telling all the NY people, don't come and tell me anything right now until you tell me about what the hell is going on with that. Right? Yeah, they straight get the Riley's voice. Them niggas gay. They're not a liberation of our people. They have their agenda, their program. They know exactly what they're doing. Are you going to go with it is what it's coming down to. Are you going to go with the programs, all the different programs, right? Extensional amounts of programs for days. Right? Programs upon programs upon programs for our people. And nothing's changing? Still the same stuff going on? Then you have to start looking at yourself. Because it can't be these sellout leaders' fault anymore. We've been more than in their camp and sat with them. We've been more than been in their camp and sat with them. We've been having conversations via letters to each other since 86. Right? Don't tell me about any try to do anything with anybody. Because you just came yesterday and you have an alien as your thumbnail. So I don't care what you're talking about. But if you tell me about your nationality of some other planet, I want to hear what you have to say. You don't got no jurisdiction here. Who do you think you are? You're an alien. You're an admitted alien. How do you have jurisdiction in Morocco if you're alien? Right? Oh, now you're an artist. You don't even know what you are. You're alien, you're an artist, you're everything. That's definitely not here nor there. Because here nor there means you're standing right where you are right now. Passive. So, Nation of Islam wrote this letter back in 86. Muhammad's Temple of Islam. Huh? Muhammad's Temple of Islam. Thought their name. We're not even gonna. Muhammad's Temple of Islam, number 4. Post office box. There it is. In the name of Allah, the Beneficent, the Merciful, and the name of Muhammad, the Divine Messenger. Assalamu alaikum. Dear brother Farrakhan, this is the same guy that just kissed somebody on the mouth. Right? May this letter reach you wherever in the world you are traveling. I know that Allah is blessing you abundantly and makes the doors to open. As we know, read in Matthew 25:14. So as soon as they start going into they're quoting Bible verses and stuff like that, you already know that these people are King Alfred plan. And these people are the operatives. They're not with the liberation of the people. They're not with the liberation of the people. Right? There's no need, unless this is part of the program, but there's no need for them to be talking to each other and quoting Bible verses. Are you quoting Bible verses and letters to each other? Right? These people are playing games with the opposition, and then you want to know how come your stuff never gets fixed. How come your stuff never gets fixed? Why? Never? Stuff never gets fixed? And again, before we even go anywhere else, how come this is called Muhammad's Temple of Islam, not Nation of Islam's office? What are they talking about? What is this? What branch of it is this? What's Muhammad's Temple of Islam? And then there's a Nation of Islam. So obviously they're not a nation if there's another name that they could be using. Obviously all the nationhood stuff that they're talking is full of BS. Because it's not solving the problem. Look, it's not solving to the problem to the point where the place where they're at has the highest murder capital of violence amongst our people on their self. How's the stuff getting higher and they just keep getting richer, but nothing is getting fixed? And they keep looking like the prominent whatever, and then nothing's getting fixed. Stuff's just getting worse and worse and worse and worse, and nothing gets fixed. An elephant, you have about 5 elephants in the room, you're in the corner, you don't even have room to exhale, and you're talking about go meet somebody face to face about something? What are you talking about? Right? We see the significance of your travels, and we, your servants, in the cause of Allah. Hold on a second. I thought you're supposed to be a servant of Allah. How are you a servant of another guy who's a servant of Allah? You're not supposed to be a servant of another guy. What do you mean you're a servant of somebody? You're a servant of the middleman between you and God? What are you talking about? Remember, this is 86. Right? Or is this part of the program? And this is not about liberating a nation. This is about liberating these individuals. Remember, everybody got the superiority complex. Don't get it messed up that it's the European only. Oh, Asiatics have the superior complex more than anybody else when you come to think about it. Because they will take some credit of doing something to uplift their people when they didn't do shit since 86. But continue to bury our people. And now they're coming up in the open, kissing a neck, and not even like he's kissing an Asiatic. Kissing the devil on the mouth. This is the same devil that they said to separate and all that stuff like that. Kiss the devil on the mouth, and you guys are sitting around here challenging Moors and talking to Moors, and you're asking Moors questions? Don't get slapped with the scimitar and not cut you. Just a good slap with a scimitar blade. Bring you back to your senses. These are the people that Rami Salamel's apologizing to. These people. Kissing people on the mouth, and then they're going to justify, well, I knew him for 40 years, so I kissed him on the mouth. That's my brother. Yeah, kissing their massa. Sucking massa's tongue. You think massa's running out to the barn to go rape the mother or whatever. No, he's going for the stud guy who's doing all the beatings and stuff like that. Master's not going to rape no slave mother in no barn. Mother's not taking that BS. All that stuff was movies. What's really going on was the pedophilia agenda that you're dealing with right now, that you did nothing with. Because you said it was cool. You said it was okay for your favorite basketball player to tell his son, cut off his penis and be a girl. It's okay. It's okay. And then you're still riding with that basketball player as if he's not doing something crazy. Like, bro, you're doing something crazy. You don't think that's crazy? But, everybody got rights and stuff like that, and it doesn't matter, because the Negro black color people first started being fictions and let fictions live. The Negro black colored people are the reason why you're dealing with all this BS right now. Because none of them told you the truth. All of them lied to you, and they're still lying to you today, to the point where they're on the podium kissing the slave master in the mouth. And you're all right with it. You have absolutely no questions as to why is this guy kissing slave master on the mouth at the podium. And then he's for us, for our liberation. Like, is something missing? Something must be missing. Because I am dumbfounded at our people. At this point, beyond dumbfounded. But we already know, we're just peeping out the veil and we see madness going on. Like, what the hell is this? Nobody's saying anything? Nobody's saying anything. Okay, let's check. Let's see if anybody said anything. Let's see if anybody said anything. Let's really check and see. Anybody say anything? Let's see. One comment. One comment. One comment, huh? And these are the same people who say that they're against pedophilia and all this stuff. You know, remember the homosexual stuff comes from the pedophilia stuff. Remember, don't forget. They weren't messing with each other first. They always started messing with children, and then they had to move from children to adults because they were just going nuts with it. Right. 2 comments. Where they at? Where they at? Wesley Muhammad, Ben X, Minister Tony Muhammad, where they at? This is the same stuff. All this stuff here, this is the same stuff. Right? All of that, the same stuff. Right? That's your last chance? This guy? Tongue kissing the devil in the mouth? That's your last chance. Really? Oh yeah? You don't see something wrong here? Right? This one got 0. Right? But let it be some fat ass picture of some sister. Let it be some fat ass whatever. Right? Hearts all over the place. Nothing? All of them out there. NOI Barbados, NOI Archives, like what? Wesley, Brother Ishmael, Ben X, what's up? Like, what is going on right now? You guys are still in uniform right now? You're still in uniform? You're still in uniform right now. You didn't burn that? Right? Are you Hebrew Israelites? You know you rep him too. Because you do the same stuff. Put the sisters in there and have them separated and they can't sit with their mate and all that stuff, and have the men getting some frontal whatever and the women sitting in the back. They can't even get a seat. They're standing up. The same stuff like what these people are doing. Same stuff like what the church does, which is the same slavery BS. But nah, you know, hear what Moors are saying. This is what you're riding with. Nothing? Nobody? Right? 6. 2 comments. Right? Oh, okay, there's some more. Right? Farrakhan 2? Yep. All of them sold you out. All of them. And only the ones who are knowing the truth about their nationality and their birthrights are going to get out of this thing. Everybody else, you're going down with the ship. I'm letting you know you're going down with the ship. Right? Y'all tripping. Why are you tripping? Right? How come? Why are you tripping? You can't be tripping. Because we've been told you. Been told you. Like, not sometime or a regular conversation. Your own sell you out. Your own selling you out. Your own selling you out. Dude kissed the devil on the mouth. On the podium. And you're still in uniform? That's how they have it? You're still in uniform. You're brainwashed like that. Show their hand right in front of your face. And you still make the wrong bet. They show you their hand, you still make the wrong bet? Shh. If you got any questions, put it in the chat. No? Just like how all these politicians and stuff like that, entertainers or whatever, were going on people's island for their little pedophilia stuff like that, is the same way you should look at this weird. Why is the number one black consciousness, whoever, kissing a man on stage talking about I knew him for 40 years so I just kissed my boy? What are you talking about? How? Like how? That doesn't even make sense. So what is really going on? What's really going on? Right. What's really going on? How come all of a sudden Meghan Markle's offended by some brooch that some princess was wearing? Right? How's she mad? Because she's African American. I'm African American, and I took offense to the Blackamoor brooch because it's racist. What are you talking about? Typical dumb Negro. Typical. Typical dumb Negro. Whenever it was, whether it was yesterday, whether it was 5 years ago, whether it was 12 years ago, whether it was 20 years ago, why is he kissing another man on the mouth talking about that's my boy? Yeah, right. And two, who was that European that he was kissing? According to the NOI, that's the devil. I don't care who he is. That's the devil. Why is this guy kissing the devil with a white collar on the mouth on stage? And justifying it. And then people are there laughing as if they didn't just see what just happened. Something's going on. And the longer you take to understand this information about who you are and realize that's what it's really about. The pandemic is not knowing yourself. And the world is going to shit right now because our people don't know themselves. And then everybody thinks that this is some separate thing and it's not affecting them. Oh yeah? Oh, you think you're just going to stand by and let our people get abused because we're incompetent, and then you not do anything about it, and you not get yours? Oh yeah, you gotta get yours, whether it's from terrorists, whether it's from Mother Nature, whether it's from your negligence, whatever, you're gonna get yours. Right? Because the world revolves around what the people in North America called Negro black colored do. The longer they stay dumb, the longer the world goes to shit. And the longer that Mother Nature is going to step in and fix certain things. If you want to play like you got Forbes list so you could do something. Can't do any. What are you going to do? Do what? Will finance make you more powerful than the Creator? This is the time of know thyself. Right? Meghan Markle, she already played herself. Because, like we told them then, when this stuff first came out, that's not a slave. Slaves don't dress like that. First of all. Slaves don't dress like that, first of all. And second of all, if you see this on a European and you're offended that they're wearing this, you're a dumbass. Because you should be honored that these people are upholding you in this fashion, not the Negro black colored fashion. Oh yeah, and this is known as a blackamoor brooch, not an African brooch, not a Phoenician brooch, not an ancient Egyptian brooch, a blackamoor brooch, not a whatever from some other planet brooch, not a Nation of Islam brooch, not a Moorish Science Temple brooch, but it has more in there, and Moorish Science Temple is the only other thing that has more in there relative to our people. But nah, you want to do that, this is racist. You're a dumbass. And you deserve all the mistreatment that you get. If you think that this is racist, keep getting whatever you're getting. Keep getting it. Right? Now look at what's going on here, right? Look at what's going on here. Okay. Now you see the purple thing on the shoulders? The purple thing on the shoulders opens into it's a chest plate. It opens. This is on a brooch. These people honor you more than you honor yourself. Do you understand that this is open and all this is details in a brooch? This is how big the brooch is. And that brooch opens up. And when it opens up, you have this there. Inside the brooch. This European giving you so much honors by wearing this brooch. That's probably some 80 grand for this brooch or something like that. Right? And you're offended by that? You are a dumbass. And you deserve everything that you get. Right? Exactly. How come nobody's offended when they portray us as slaves? According to somebody in the chat. Right? How come when they show us as slaves, nobody's mad? Everybody's alright with it. Because that's who we are as a people and all this. No, it's not. No, it's not. Right? Our people have very serious issues that they need to deal with. If they don't deal with it, they're in trouble. Right? They've had enough of everything. Record numbers of Americans are giving up their U.S. citizenship. Let's not call them Americans. They're modern Europeans. They're modern Europeans. That's what they are. They're just modern Europeans. And what did they realize? They realized that U.S. citizenship really isn't citizenship. Because why would you want to be a citizen of something when these people are murdering people in the streets and stuff like that? Why would I want to be part of that? So they renounce their citizenship. How come you guys aren't going to them and debating them about why they don't want to be U.S. citizens and all this? How come you're only debating Moors when we say we don't want to be that? Or you're debating us. Why you can't say that? You're black and all this. Okay, well, the Europeans are renouncing their U.S. citizenship. Because remember, blacks can't be citizens. So all this BS they're playing like they're citizen of something, that's all a fiction. Like they're not. They have no say whatsoever in the United States government. Zero. Right? They have no say. They're just property. That's all. There's no giving up U.S. citizenship or Canadian citizenship for our people. Because you can't be part of something that you're not part of. Why is it that these people can have enough sense to realize, well, since I'm a citizen of this and this stuff is looking like it's getting crazy, I'm going to renounce my U.S. citizenship. Okay, now, if they renounce that, then what are they claiming? And then when they claim, are they in the land that they're claiming that? So they can't be over here and say, I'm Scottish, without American on it. Because they renounce their U.S. citizenship, which is what gives them that quote-unquote American after wherever they come from, or whatever their nationality is. And if you're worrying about what the news says or whatever, and you actually don't go outside, you might really think that there's a virus outside. And you might really think that people are just dropping down in the streets like flies or whatever. And then you're not even going to think that, well, hold on a second, there's this pandemic going on all over the world or whatever, and there's countries that never stopped doing anything since the stuff started. And nobody got anything other than what they would normally get, which is a common cold. And you start realizing this game. And you say, you know what? I don't want to be part of this anymore. This is not government. This is not how it's supposed to be. And they renounce their U.S. citizenship. But what are they claiming after they renounce? And keep in mind, so-called Negro black people aren't in this list of Americans who are giving up their U.S. citizenship. Now, the other side of it, which is why study is important, that if we go with the unabridged definition of American, Americans are actually the copper-toned natives that were in the Americas before Europeans got here. And that's really the definition of an American. So the whole idea, Day, just send your contact in the DM, and we'll build. So the real definition of American is the copper colored people. So are they talking about Europeans are giving up their U.S. citizenship, or are they talking about people are waking up and they're getting back to their nationality and their birthrights? We can say it's probably that way because we know Moors all over the world. There's Moors who are on this thing right now that know that they're Moors all over the world. Not just United States only, Canada only. The world. They know where they're from, that they're not Negro black color, because they don't even call them that there. They have some other fiction that they call them. And they know that they're not that fiction either. And again, once you're studying from the right source, you're not going to get lost. Our people got lost around the way because what our people did was they're listening to people telling them to go march up and down the place and go make car companies rich and go make plane companies rich to come meet up at some place for us to stand for some hours, listen to some guy talk some BS, and then go home and do nothing. And then say that was the best thing that the blacks ever did and all this crap. But they're not going to tell you in the background that they have letters that they're writing with the Moors to try to figure out how to get out this mess. But they're not doing that for the whole body of the Nation of Islam. They're just doing that for all the heads people. And then the sellout is who it is that they decided to go to as a reference of a Moor to say, yeah, we're going to do this process. They went to the naturalization Moors, which are some of the dirtiest Moors that are out here. So it lets you know where they're at. The biggest expose of how much of a fraud Temple number 13 is was when they kicked out the Moors from Brooklyn, because those Moors were standing up for how you're supposed to stand up about nationality and birthrights, but they were doing it under the guise of naturalization. They were going on Sonnetter and all this, debating people and all that stuff like that. That wasn't supposed to be them doing that. That was supposed to be Grand Sheik Joel Bratton Bey that's doing that. But because these people have been in the temple hiding, when Noble Drew said new Moors going to come with their eyes wide open, the new Moors came with, just remember, this is in the dirty side. This is in the dirty side. So some Moors came in on the dirty side, got taught by dirty Moors, and were more active than the dirty Moors who taught them. To the point where the dirty Moors just kicked them out their temple and said, forget it, you guys don't want to listen to us because you keep going out here and you keep, right? Just go ask those Brooklyn Moors. You used to see them. You don't see them anymore. How come it's not like that, like how it was? Because they don't have that Temple 13 backing anymore. Right? But they were riding on the wrong horse, facing the wrong direction. And what Temple 13 did was actually free them. And now, whatever temple they're with now, you know what I mean? I'm pretty sure they got them under wraps because they're going to use what Temple 13 did as an example of, you can't be out there doing this and doing that anymore. Or they're just doing their own thing as Moors. How come they went to these Moors? Like how is this the connect? The connect to get back to where you're supposed to be, Minister Farrakhan, is these dirty Moors over here that tell you naturalize and try to make it sound like you're a foreigner here or something like that, when you're foreign to the US, so you have to naturalize. Foreign to what? They're a fiction. What do you mean foreign to the boogeyman? What are you talking about? But they play their little games with you, right? And then they come out in your face and kiss people on the mouth and stuff like that. But no, that ain't nothing. They're boys, 40 years, so they could kiss each other on the mouth. It's okay. It's about the information. Really? Okay. I get it. I get it. I get it. The point of this letter is to inform you of certain events which have recently transpired that may prove to be of importance to you. These little notes will also serve to explain the letter herein enclosed from our allies, the Moorish Science Temple, written by Sheikh Joel Bratton Bey. 86. So they know what's up. They're not blind to the fact of what's up. How come they're not telling you? Because it means all their stuff is going to be over. And then everything's going to have to go right back. Everything's going to have to go right back to the man of the hour, the man of the generations, the man of the decades, the man of the centuries that are going to be coming, Noble Drew Ali. Because he brought these people everything it took to save a nation and told them take it and save their self. And they didn't save their self. They sold their people out. Now you're here complaining. Now you're complaining. When this is the man who's supposed to be getting all the honors ever since 1930, whoever came up, you name him. Whoever you said was the whatever, no, that was supposed to be Noble Drew Ali. MLK, no, that was Noble Drew Ali. El Hajj, that was Black Panther, oh, that was Move 9, that was Noble Drew Ali. Anybody you bring up. They just took a sliver of what he brought and tried to front like they had everything for you, but no, they didn't, because he brought everything already. And all you have to do is just get down with his program. You know, there's no debating. People want to debate, but it's no debate. We know these people sold you out. Sold out the whole nation. To the point where we have nothing right now as a nation of people. Don't tell me about the little whatever stuff that you got that you're making at your house. It ain't nothing. Yeah, you'll survive, but that ain't nothing. Where's the factory that's making that? And these people decided to be black, sell you out, and then have you suffering now, and then now they're kissing people on the mouth in your face, and you're good with it. Right? And they got trans doing rap songs and stuff like that, and it's cool. You're not marching for that. That's all right. You got people taking this sexuality stuff to some different places where it's not even supposed to be at. But that's cool. When more start talking up, oh no, you can't do that, and you always want to debate us and whatever like that, how come you're not debating these people kissing people on the mouth in your face? Right? And you're clapping while it's going on, as if something's cool. Like, why are you clapping? How are you clapping when stuff is going on? What do you mean? What do you mean you're clapping? What do you mean you're applauding?
In fact, we kissed when I came up here. And, this is not queer. Father Flake has been a friend to me for nearly 40 years.
You clapping? 40 years this man been kissing this man, and you're clapping. And we always told you about those guys, you know what I mean? They talk about Islam and all that, and they don't got no beards. And we know that they make it like that. It's not the natural thing of they just can't grow it. They go out of their way to make sure that they stay clean for massa. They are not anything to do with Islam. These people are Scottish Rite. These people are Prince Hall. These people are in the closet guys. They have nothing to do with Islam. This is no different than some terrorists saying that they're Islamic. Oh yeah, Allah, well, Allahu Akbar, push the button or whatever. You say, oh yeah, they're Islamic. That's not Islamic. What are you talking about? That's a suicide bomber. He isn't Islamic. Right? We're letting you know that your own has taken the side of the others. And because they've taken the side of the others, you better watch yourself, because they're not playing. They've hung you out to dry. They're not coming back for you. They've already gone where they went to. Keep playing around. These people don't care. You better learn the truth about your nationality and birthrights if you know what's good for you. The world is in need of graduation, but the overseer leaders and teachers are unwilling to instruct or teach. The people are in want of knowing, but the selfish leaders and religious God-sellers are too busy collecting wealth for themselves. They never support or admit to truthful and applicable information that they do not control. They refuse to reveal the fundamental civic truths, which they know very well would begin to free the people. Most of them would have to condemn themselves. Ignorance is a heavily promoted money-generating business within the Union State Society of America, which includes Canada. They do not want ignorance to end. Rhetoric is the order of the day. True, workable, solution-oriented information is quickly dismissed as mere unsupported opinion. There is a striking similarity between most all the traditional appointed leaders and religious God-sellers. They have in common with the oppressors of the poor and politically unprotected peoples in the Americas. These leaders usually claim to know God, having direct conversations, but do not, cannot, and will not identify the people they lead. They claim not to have the ability or the resources to find the records or truth as to who or what the true national and parentage names of the enslaved people are. When questioned, they will often make statements like, "Don't question the word of God," or "The slave records were lost on a ship that sank off the coast of Virginia," etc. The leaders and God-sellers always have a new or different version of God and religion to sell you to, or force on the oppressed peoples. Another obvious and common similarity is that these all-powerful gods are always financially destitute and desperate for money. They always claim that their God is the same God, but yet different from everybody else's God. This is done without qualifying either gods. The state-ordained leaders continually establish organizations and institutions costing millions upon millions of dollars to run yearly, but solve little to nothing relative to the true problems facing the people. The people are cultivated into passively tolerating their social and economic oppression with naive praises of false success. This is what your Negro leaders are doing to you while you're debating Moors. Are we Moors or aren't we Moors or whatever? This is what's going on while you're sitting there wondering if Moors know what we're talking about. Why should you say that you're a Moor? These ordained leaders come amongst the oppressed and poor people, asking for more money to continue the previous failures. Then they leave again, as usual, expecting the poor people to pay the bills and live on blind faith. Question: why don't these leaders... Oh, we'll be right back.